Yo, what is happening, guys? It's GM Cody, and welcome back to episode number 2 of our Fabled Lands adventures in the war-torn kingdoms. And hopefully this time, Tristram the Troubadour will have much better luck than he did last time. Because last time, it was just a bunch of bad things that happened to him. So hopefully we could have some good things happen. Now, I don't see that anybody's watching, which is not a good sign, because this kind of depends on you guys to help me make decisions for Tristram the Troubadour. So I guess we'll wait a few minutes and see if some people pop in. But in the meantime, for people that are watching the replay, I will kind of briefly go over what happened last time. So last time we made the character. We made Tristram the Troubadour. We washed up on the Druid Isles. And hold on, let me see if I can bring up the map. That'd probably be good, so we can kind of get an idea where we're at. Map. I can't find the map. That's not good. We're going to have to get a map real quick. Fabled Lands maps. So we'll definitely need that so you guys know what's going on and where we're traveling. All right, let's see here. Okay, I got the map. So let's present that, shall we? Okay. So last time we were doing stuff. Let me open this with a different program, actually. Open with... there we go. Much better. All right. So last time, Tristram the Troubadour washed up on the Isle of the Druids. He was traveling to the mainland of Saqqara, ended up on the Isle of Druids and met a crazy old hermit or wizard or something. And the wizard led him up here to these standing stones you can see on the island that apparently was a teleportation device that could bring us to many places. Now, we didn't initially step in there. We went around, explored the old forest. We got lost for a little while. Ended up at the trading post. We gained a quest there, I believe, because we went to a shrine at the trading post. So we got a quest to hunt a wereboar in the Forest of the Forsaken, which is actually over in the bordering lands to the west of here. Then we finally stepped through the teleportation gate. We went to Morlock City first. We explored Morlock City. We've realized that temples are greedy bastards, and we're not going to get anything out of them unless we have money. But we did gain 2 quests while we were there. We learned from a fellow troubadour that there is a hermit in the spine of Harkoon in a secret cave, which I'm assuming is that little cave right there on the map. That apparently has a lost song of legend, and if we find it, we'll become apparently it'll help us in our quest to be the greatest troubadour in the lands. We also got a quest from the Provost Marshal to bring the head of a pirate, Amaka the One-Eye, at the Unnumbered Isles, which is to the south of these lands. And we wandered around a little bit. We ran into some fairy folk, and they robbed us blind of everything we had, but we gained some stuff in exchange, like fairies do. And then we ended up at the Shadar Tour, went down to the beach, got seduced by some mermaids, and once again lost all of our money, items, and possessions. And so that's where we're at. We have nothing. no weapons, no armor, no money, no items, nothing. We're broke. And we are currently in the town of Yellowport. I can see we got 2 people watching. That's good. But hopefully some more people will show up so they can help me so you guys can give your input as to what is going to happen. So we have just arrived in Yellowport. I will read the text again because I think I did read it last time, but it's been a week. Yellowport is the second largest city in Saqqara. It is mainly a trading town and is known for its exotic goods from distant Kanu. The Stinking River brings rich deposits of sulfur from the Lake of the Sea Dragon down to the town, where it is extracted and stored in the large waterfront warehouses run by the Merchants Guild. From here, the minerals exported all over Harkuna. Unfortunately, all that sulfur has its drawbacks. The stink is abominable, and much of the city has a yellowish hue. The river is so full of sulfur that it is virtually useless as a source of food or of drinking water. However, the demand for sulfur, especially from the sorcerers guilds, is great. Politically, much has changed in the past few years. The old and corrupt king of Saqqara, Corin VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Saqqara. The old council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a provost marshal, Morals Marlock, the general's brother, appointed as a military governor of the town. So we are in Yellowport. So what we can do in Yellowport, and again, you guys, please give me your input, what you want to do. If nobody does, I'm just going to make decisions until people start doing that. We can do the same things we did in the last town if you tuned in last time. So we can go visit the market, which we don't have any money. So that's probably not going to work out. We can go visit the harbor master. Hello, dear Raven. Thank you for joining me, my lovely wife. We go visit the harbor master, which is probably not going to do us any good because, again, we don't have any money. We go to the Merchants Guild. We can explore the city by day. We can explore the city by night. We can go to the Gold Dust Tavern. We can go to one of the mini temples here, though I think we've learned our lesson about visiting temples, but you never know. They might have different results. Or we can leave town. What do you guys think? Three viewers, what do you think? I could say right now that visiting the market's probably not going to be a good idea. Visiting the harbor master, probably not going to benefit us any. Going to the Merchants Guild, we could potentially maybe pick up another quest. And exploring the city doesn't sound like a bad idea by day or night. We could run into some trouble and maybe luck upon some, maybe some gold or some thieves or something. And I don't know, something that's going to give us some income. Explore city. Okay. Raven says explore city. That's what we're going to do. So do we want to go at day or do we want to go during the night? Because it's specific. By night. All right. So we're exploring the city by night. Let's do it. We get to go to entry 442. 442. You set out to explore the city of Yellowport at night, unwholesome though it is with its reeking air and dusty ochre streets. We can head for the rough part of town, we can go to the wealthy area, or we can explore the merchants' storehouses. What do you guys think? Rough part of town, the wealthy area, or we go explore the storehouses? Nobody's piping in. I'm going to say, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's go check out the storehouses. So 265. If you have the title Unspeakable Cultist, turn to 404. We do not. If not, read on. You hear a muffled cry of distress from a dark alley. Do we investigate or do we walk on? I vote investigate. What do you guys think? Yes, you're voting, Phil. Or you can vote. You don't have to. You could just sit back and let me make the decision. So what do you think, Phil? Should we investigate or should we just walk along on our yeah, do it. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Yeah, we really don't have anything to lose. We have no money, no weapons, no armor. So this could be really bad. If there's a tick in this box, which there's not, if not, put a tick there now and read on. All right. So we're going to put a tick in this box. You find a huddled, moaning figure on the ground as you approach. A net is thrown over you from behind. You glimpse a face painted with white bone dust and big red circles around the eyes. Just before a terrific blow on the back of your head slams you into unconsciousness. Turn to 508. It's a good thing we don't have anything to lose. You come around into a disused warehouse enmeshed in the net. You've been stripped of all your possessions. We don't have any. They are in a tidy pile nearby. Several men surround you. They're dressed in furs and robes that are adorned with hundreds of multicolored feathers. Each man wears a necklace of animal skulls and has his teeth sharpened to needle-like points. Hello, the leader says reasonably. We are the unspeakable ones. It is our way to eat people in sacrifice to our god. He points to a squat wooden idol of a grossly fat half-man, half-ape with ivory needles for teeth. You notice the name Badagar the Unspoken inscribed on the plaque at the base of the idol. Badagar the Unspoken, who's he, you ask? Do not speak his name, shouts the cannibal, or you will be forever cursed. You notice a large cauldron of boiling water into which another cultist is tossing herbs and garlic. He stares at you and licks his lips. Turn to page 320. Awesome. Well, we might be making another character tonight. Let's see what happens. 320. You learn from their conversation that they are from the jungles of distant Ancon Kanu, the Feathered Lands. They have come here to find new sacrifices for their gods and new members for their cult. The chef pronounces the cauldron is ready, and they remove the net that holds you. Do we fight? Do we shout Badagar repeatedly? Or do we join the cult? What do you think, guys? Do we fight? Do we shout the name of their god? Or do we try to join their cult? Join a cult. All right. That's one for join the cult. Okay, Raven says join them too. So that's 2. So 61. Let's see what happens. Wait, you cry. I have seen the light. I want to join your cult. What? Yells the chef. Then his shoulders sag in resignation. We cannot refuse a new member, says the leader with obvious disappointment. And we cannot eat our own people, he adds sadly. A short ceremony later, fortunately, the initiation does not involve any cannibalistic rites. You're a full member of the cult of Badagar. Write unspeakable cultist in the titles and honors box on your adventure sheet. Okay, unspeakable cultist. You lose 1 point of sanctity for joining such a vile cult. Well, we only have 1 point of sanctity, so we can't lose any. You take your leave. They wish you well. All smiles and friendship. Remember, never say his name. And don't forget to bring us new recruits, says the leader. And some people for dinner, adds the chef. Hastily, you head for the city center. Turn to page 10. We can eat people now, I guess. We belong to a cannibalistic cult, apparently. And this is a kid's book. All right. I told you this book's awesome. All right. So we're back in the city square of Yellowport. Again, we can go explore the city by day or night. We can go visit the market, We can go visit the Harbor Master, Merchants Guild, one of the many temples, the tavern, or we can leave this town. What do you guys think? Pretty brutal. I agree. Pretty brutal. I'm all about exploring more of the city, and I'd abduction for cannibalism. Yeah, I'm not. There's got to be some way we could do that, I'm sure. And I bet you it's in the town, like when you're exploring the city or something. It probably gives you an option to do it. Yeah, we definitely need to find some people if we want to go that route. If we want to go full cannibalist, we could definitely do that. Right now, I'm thinking we should explore the city more by night and see if we can get into some more trouble to avoid having to eat people. Yeah. So Phil's saying we should probably leave town. Okay. Let's find somebody. All right. So it's kind of a tie. I'm going to vote. Let's explore the city some more. So yeah, let's go find some people. Okay. 442. We're exploring the city by night again. So it is night. Again, we can head for the rough part of town. We can go to the wealthy area, or we can go back to where the cultists were in the storehouses. Well, actually, I don't know that we actually made it to the storehouses because we got abducted by the cultist on the way there. So that might, yeah. So we can go the rough part of town, wealthy area, or we can go to the storehouses. What do you guys think? Eat the rich. All right. That sounds like an option. Let's do it. 178. A pale woman in black leather brushes past you in the street, casting you an enigmatic look. Make a thievery roll at a difficulty of 10. All right. Yeah, maybe we'll get some money out of this. Steal from this rich goth lady. So let's see. Luckily, our thievery. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. My keyboard. I'm pressing buttons on my keyboard. All right. It didn't close it good. Luckily, our thievery is very high. It is a 6. So we need a 5 or better. And we do it. Successful thieving roll. 635. If the box is above is empty, put a tick in now and turn to 80. Okay. We're going to go to page 80. Yeah, of course. You grab the woman's wrist a split second before she can cut the strings of your money pouch. Oh, she's trying to thief from us. You drag her around to face you, but she meets your outraged scowl with a swashbuckling grin. You've got good reflexes, she says. Most of the street scum around here are too drink-sodden or dim-witted to notice the loss of a few shards. Want to earn some real money? Do we accept her offer or do we refuse? I think I vote accept because we need some money. And we're a pretty good thief. What do you guys think? Hell yes. For good reflexes. All right, so we're accepting her offer. Yeah, it sounds good. Let's do it. 425. The woman tells you her name is Loria. She leads you stealthily through winding cobblestone streets to a townhouse standing in the back of a small tree-lined square. A yellowish fog is descending with the coming of night. Loria waits until it is thick enough to shroud your activities from stray passerbys, then jimmies a downstairs window. Within seconds, the two of you are inside. You've got the easy job, she says. Stay here and keep watch. The stuff we're after is upstairs. She bounds silently up the next floor. Do we stay on the watch or do we search the ground floor? What do you guys think? I'm thinking we should probably stay on watch. That's going to be my vote. On watch. Yeah, Phil says on watch. I agree, Phil. That's what we're going to do. So 534. A long time passes. After a while, you risk calling up to Loria in a whisper. Your voice sounds thick, rasping, choked with growling fear. Loria does not reply. Each second you remain in the house increases the risk of discovery. Wait a little longer, go upstairs to find her, or leave. What do you think? She's probably dead or worse. Go upstairs, Raven says. All right. All right. 386. There is no sign of Loria, but you do find an open trunk and a window with knotted rope dangling from it. So she found the treasure and then made her escape, leaving you behind to face the music. You allow yourself a tight-lipped smile as you hear her voice echoing leadingly from far off in the fog. There's a thief at Master Tenaloxer's house. Quick! You'll settle the score with Loria at a future date. For now, you have time to escape before a patrol arrives. Game the code word Ashen and turn to page 10. All right, so we are back in the city square. So what do we want to do? Do we want to continue exploring the city? Do we want to go to the tavern, one of the temples, the Merchants Guild, the Harbor Master, the market, or do we want to just leave this joint? Yeah, I agree. She was just setting us up. I vote we could continue exploring the city. Oh, tavern? Okay, we can go to the tavern for sure. Let's see. Tavern. Gold Dust Tavern, 506. The Gold Dust Tavern is a plush inn beside the city gates. The tavern costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured. We don't have any money to spend. Up to a limit of your normal unwounded stamina, blah, blah, blah. You can also spend 3 shards buying drinks all around at the bar and listen for rumors. Well, we don't have any money, so we're not going to get anything out of this. So we're back to the city square again. So what do we want to do? Do we want to continue exploring the city? We can go to the market. That's not going to do anything. Harbor Master, Merchants Guild, go to one of the temples, or we can leave. No problem, Phil. We'll see you in a bit. I'm going to say let's go explore the city. It's getting into more trouble. So, city by night, we've been to the wealthy area. We went to the merchant storehouses, though I don't think we actually reached them. Or we go to the rough part of town. I say let's go to the rough part of town at night. What could happen, right? 21. While making your way through the back streets of the poor quarter, you're set upon by a knife-wielding thug who is intent on relieving you of your purse. If you don't want to fight him, you can try a charisma roll at difficulty 8 to try to talk your way out of this unpleasant situation. If you succeed, the thug leaves, confused by your rhetoric. Otherwise, you must fight him. If you defeat him, he does have some stuff. So do we want to fight him or do we want to try to talk him out of robbing us? Hey, good to see you, George. What do you guys think? Our combat's not, we're not super fighty, Phil. We're just okay. And we don't have any weapons. But our charisma is really high because we're a troubadour. But he's not that great either, but he's slightly better than we are. I mean, we can go for it. We can try it. We want to go for it? Okay, let's try it. Okay, we're going to fight him. So let's see what happens. I get to swing first. I get to roll my dice plus my combat. 3 plus 3 is 6. I do not hit him. He's going to swing back. He rolled really high. 14 minus our defense is 13. So we take 13 hit points of damage, and we only have 8. So guess what? We died. All right. Well, that was cool. So I'll give you guys 2 options. We can either start a new character, start over again, or we can rewind time and start back where we were there. New character. Phil votes for new. If we are reliving our childhood, I would rewind. Okay, so we got 1 for new, and we have 1 for rewind time. Raven says rewind, so we're going to rewind time. So we're back here at the thief. So again, and I would say maybe we can only do this once, right? So we can try that situation one more time. If we died again, I would say, yeah, we're just making a new character because that'd be ridiculous to just keep coming back to this moment. So we could try to talk him out of it, or we can fight him. What do you guys think? Do y'all want to try our luck fighting him again, or do we want to try to talk our way out of it? Talk him out. All right. That's 1 for talk him out. Got to change routes at least. Okay, so we'll try to talk him out of the situation. So we need to beat a difficulty 8, which we could easily do, and we do with our really high charisma. If you succeed, the thug leaves confused by your rhetoric. Choose to turn to page 10 and choose again. Okay, so we're back at the city center again. We talked our way out of that. And we're back at the same options again. So we can continue exploring the city. We haven't explored the city during the daytime yet. And I don't think we've actually explored the merchants' storehouses at night. We could go to the harbor master, the market, the merchants guild, one of the temples, or we could leave this. We could leave this town. How do we get money with charm? Um, yeah, it's a little hard. A little hard. Merchants Guild? Yeah, we go to the Merchants Guild. I don't see anybody else voting, so it looks like we're going to the Merchants Guild. 405. The Merchants Guild of Yellowport is a large building of granite, plushly decorated inside to show off its wealth. Here you can bank your money for safekeeping or invest it in guild enterprises in the hope of making a profit. You hear that the guild master is looking for adventurers. So we can't make any investments because we don't have any investments to make, but we can go visit the guild master, which I suspect everybody's going to vote yes. So let's go ahead and do that. 122 is the guild master. If you have the code word acid, turn to 543 immediately. We do not. If not, but you have a copper amulet, turn to 384. We do not. Otherwise, read on. Guildmaster Vernon of Yellowport is surprisingly eager to see you. He is a hugely fat and bejeweled merchant and tells you that a group of rat men have made a base in the sewers beneath the city. They come out at night to raid the warehouses and homes of the merchants of Yellowport. We need an adventurer like yourself to destroy their king, explains the guildmaster. Without him, the rat men wouldn't be able to organize a feast and a larder. We will pay you 450 shards if you succeed. Vernon tells you that the sewers can be entered via an old, disused well in the poor quarter. Whenever you're ready to enter the sewers and you're in Yellowport, turn to 460. Note this option on your adventure sheet. Now you can return to the city center or go down the sewers straight away. Okay, so we got another quest. Kill the Rat King in the sewers. In sewers. And the sewers are 460. It doesn't sound great. What do you guys think? Should we go to the sewers and try our luck here, or should we go back to the town square and do something else? Yeah, 400 shards is a lot. Not without henchmen, yeah. I'm not even sure if you can get henchmen in this. I really can't remember. It's been like 20 something years since I've read through these. But I'm pretty sure there's no henchmen. Where's the Ninja Turtles when you need them, right? So Phil is, I'm guessing, voting no. Let's not go to the sewers. Any other votes? And we know how to get to the sewers now, so we can go there anytime. It's something we can definitely wait on. So yeah, let's just go back to the town square. So we've been in the Merchants Guild. No reason to go to the market because we don't have any money. No reason to go to the Harbor Master. We can continue exploring the city by day, by night. We've already been to the tavern. We can go to one of the temples, or we can leave town. What do you guys think? Explore the city by day, Raven says. All right, we can definitely do that. Let's do it. 302. You can explore the Poor Quarter, the harbor area, or the area around the palace. What are we thinking? Palace. All right, we can definitely go to the palace. Let's do it. 277. A patrol of militiamen, mercenaries in the pay of the dictator, General Grieve Marlock, stop you in the street. If you have the code word assassin, which we do not, turn to blah, blah, blah. If not, you are a protector of Sakara. They greet you politely and salute. You return to the city center without incident. Turn to page 10. Oh, we're not a protector. If you are a protector, okay. Otherwise, they decide you will be arrested unless you pay 15 shards as taxes. If you refuse or you don't have 15 shards, turn to 538. So we don't have any money, so we're getting arrested by these corrupt guards here. 538. Refusing to pay your taxes, eh? Says her leader. That's a crime for sure. They close in around you. You'll have to think fast. Make a charisma roll at difficulty 11. Okay, here we go. Luckily, we got a really high charisma. A 6 plus 6 is a 12. We beat an 11. Successful charisma roll. Turn to page 18. 18. You spin them a tell about how your poor brother, a mercenary and Grieve Marlock's personal guard, lost his legs in the fight to overthrow the old king, and that you have spent all your money on looking for him. Several of the militiamen are brought to tears by your eloquent speech. They end up having a whip around among themselves for your brother. They give you 15 shards. Chuckling to yourself, you return to the city center. See, Phil, that's how we make money with our charm. We have 15 shards. Yay! We have money. I don't know if we could buy anything with 15 shards. That's not a lot of money. We could definitely go see. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's go to the market and see if we can buy anything. No, we cannot buy anything. Okay. All right, so here we are back in the city center. We can continue exploring the city by day or night. We can go to one of the temples. We can go to the harbor master, or we can leave town, or we can go to the sewers. Phil's catching up. No problem, Phil. I'd say I'm going to step away for just a moment and refill my vape here, but I'm leaning towards explore the city some more. Maybe it's time to leave town. We can do that. We can leave town. We can definitely leave town. Is that what we want to do? We've joined a cult. We've got a little bit of money. No, we haven't had a lot of luck. We haven't. Tristram the Troubadour hasn't had much luck, period. All right, so if we're leaving town, we are right here in Yellowport. So we can head in any direction. So we could follow the river. We could go up towards Vinifax, or we could go towards. We could follow the road west towards Trefoil. So what direction do you guys want to head? I guess is the question. If we're going to leave, follow the river. All right, we could definitely do that. We also have the option of just striking out across country. It gives us that option, so we can actually go northwest across country and not follow the road. But we could definitely follow the river. So let's do that. Follow the Stinking River north, page 82. You are following the course of the Stinking River, and it certainly does stink, laden with sulfur as it is. Roll a die. We get a random event. Oh, this is not good. A 1. Stung by a large golden insect. You're poisoned. Combat -1 until you find a cure. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So we're poisoned. When you're ready, you can follow the river north. We can head south back to Yellowport. We can go west of the road or go east into the countryside. Do we want to just keep going north? Yeah, it's the eternal bog of stench. Smell bad. All right, I'm guessing we're going to keep following the river north because nobody's speaking up. So 310. Countryside. Okay, we can go to the countryside. Go east into the countryside. 278. You're crossing an open expanse of flinty ground. A few herds of sheep roam the low hills. Roll a die. Okay, here we go. Another random event. 3. Nothing happens. When you're ready, you can go to Vinifax, west to the Stinking River, or north to the lake, or we can go directly east. What do you guys think? So, for the people that just popped in, we are right here at the Stinking River, right around here. And we can either follow north and go to the lake. We can go to Vinifax. We can go back south, or we can go, what is the options? North. Oh, we're actually here in the countryside. So we can go west towards the river, east towards Vinifax. It just gives us another option. Just go east. So I guess we're actually a little further north of Vinifax, but we could go there too, or to the lake. I think we need to go to Vinifax, says Phil. I still want to go to the lake. Okay, so we got one for lake and one for the city. All right. Well, if nobody's going to speak up, I guess I got to be the tiebreaker. I'm going to vote that we go to the lake. All right, 135. The shores of the Lake of the Sea Dragon are swept by ochre waves, and the air smells foul. A sickly pale green seaweed is the only vegetation that can survive in the sulphurous waters of the lake. A small fishing village called Candemium has grown up on the shores of the lake. We can talk to their fishermen. We can visit the market. We can hire a boat and go fishing. We can go north to the cold, bleak mountains. We can go east into the farmlands, east into the countryside, or we can follow the river back south, or we can go west along the road. Well, there's a picture of a dragon. Dragons aren't real. Come on. Raven says, talk to the fisherman. All right, let's talk to the fisherman. Let's flip this money into some fish and become fishmongers. You could actually do stuff like that in this game, which is funny. But Raven wants to go talk to the fisherman first, so let's do that. 382. 382. Fishing, you ask. Surely nothing can live in these poisonous waters. The fisherman shows you a bright yellow fish with gray stripes, saying only the smolder fish has adapted to the sulfur. It feeds on the local seaweed, mind you. The smolder fish is totally inedible. Why hunt it then? Well, each fish is worth quite a bit to sorcerers and the like. We have a standing quota to fill each month for the magical colleges at Dwemer. The sulfur-laden organs burned in a particular way, a very useful ingredient in certain magics, I'm told. And where does all this sulfur come from? Scholars say there is an underground volcanic vent. Others believe it is the breath of the sea dragon. Personally, I always drop a silver nugget into the waters once a month to appease the dragon, for his favorite metal is silver. Turn to 135. So we're back where we're at. So we talked to the fishermen, so we can go to the market. We can hire a boat and go fishing. We can go north into the mountains, which let me get the map here so you guys see what's north, which is the cold, bleak mountains here. We can go east into the farmlands, southeast into the open countryside. We can follow the river back south, or we can go west along the road. Do we have silver? No, we do not. We just have some shards, which I'm not sure what kind of metal those are made out of. That's just currency. So it's not actually silver, I don't think. What do you guys think? I know there's a never get in the water rule in fantasy RPGs, but I think we should get in the water. Yeah, you're right. There is no get in the water option, but we could hire a boat and go fishing, and it might give us an option. You wouldn't want to try that? Yes, let's catch old Nessie. Okay, we can do that. Well, if we can afford it. We don't have a lot of money. So 203. That's what I'm saying. Hire the boat. All right. You can hire a fishing boat for 15 shards a day. It comes with a fishing net. So that's all we literally have is 15 shards. We have just enough money. So do we want to spend all our money and go fishing or don't go fishing? What do you guys think? Should we spend everything we have? I mean, we don't have much to lose, so it's like destiny. Yes, it is. Let's do it. 15 shards. There goes all our money. 267. Obviously, blow it all on the on a fishing scheme, right? You row out on the lake, spread the net, and wait to see what happens. After an hour or so, a great bubbling and frothing of the waves disturbs your solitude. A massive, scaly head, the size of your boat, erupts out of the ochre green colored water on the end of a long, sinuous neck. Great, luminous green eyes look down on you. The creature is covered in brown scales with a bright red crest running from the head down to its thick, ropey neck. I am Voss, the sea dragon. It says in a rich, creamy voice. I don't know if that was so creamy, but with evil greed. To fish in my lake, you have to pay tribute. To wit, 1 silver nugget. Pay now or face my wrath. Yeah, so we have two options. We can hand over a silver nugget, which we do not have, or we have to unable and refuse to pay. But I am going to show you guys first what the art for the sea dragon, because it's fucking awesome, right? Check that out. Okay, so we don't have a silver nugget, so we're going to turn to 582. Before you have time to react, the dragon's massive tail smashes into the keel of your boat, lifting it out of the water and breaking it in two. You are pitched into the sulphurous lake with a rabid sea dragon closing in, intent on swallowing you whole. Roll 1 die. If you score less than or equal to your rank, turn to blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, turn to blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have to roll a 1 or less, and we do not. So 477. You cannot get away fast enough. With one gulp, Vice or Vass, the sea dragon, gobbles you up. Your adventuring days are over unless you have a resurrection deal, which do not. So we just got eaten by the sea dragon. Okay, well, at this point, we've died twice. So I'm going to say probably not rewind time, and we'll start a new character, right? So let's start a new character. It doesn't take any time to do it. And this time we have a little bit of knowledge about what's in the towns and such for the people that have been watching. So that's good. Make the divine intervention roll. Okay. Do we want to play that way? Well, the problem is I don't believe in any gods, but well, I already erased all the character stats. We're starting over. All right, so here's what we can play. We can play a priest, we can play a mage, we can play a rogue. We've already played a troubadour, but we can play a troubadour again. A warrior or a wayfarer. What do you guys think? Rogue. Raven votes rogue. Phil wants to be the beefy fighter boy, so play a warrior. All right. Well, that's only 2 people voting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a die. See you, Phil. Thanks for joining us for a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, we'll play a rogue. 5, 4, 5, 6, we're going to play a warrior. 2, so we are playing a rogue. All right, so as a rogue, it's actually not too much different than what the troubadour is, to be honest. So we have a charisma of 5. So it goes from 1 to 6. So that kind of gives you an idea. We have a combat of 4, which is much better than the troubadour. We have a magic of 4, a sanctity of 1, a scouting of 2, and thievery, of course, of 6, which is our highest stat. I am not going to read through the very long intro again. I'm just going to summarize for you guys. So if you want to actually hear the full introduction, how the adventure begins, and you haven't watched it before, go watch episode 1, the very beginning of it, because this is pretty lengthy and long. But basically, what is happening is we're setting off. Our grandfather gave us a map, and we're to go explore the lands of Harkunia. And we come from some far off distant land. We get stuck in a storm and we wash up on an island, the Isle of the Druids, which I'll bring up on the map again so you guys get an idea. So the Isle of the Druids is over here, and this is where we wash up at. And from there, I will actually read from there on. I just want to get through the introduction because it's quite lengthy. But if you want to hear that full introduction and hear me read it, go to the first episode and check it out. Well, 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 what have we here, friends? Asked the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, though you're certain he's alone. Looks like a washed up adventurer to me, he says in answer to his own question, all wet and out of luck. He carries on having a conversation with himself, a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. Is this the Isle of the Druids? You ask impatiently. Indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Arcunia. But I think you may have much to do here, for it is written in the stars that someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Come on, I'll show you the gates of the world, the old man babbles. So here we are, back at the beginning. Do we want to follow the old man, explore the coast, or head into the nearby forest? You got anybody that's watching is able to vote in the chat. Nobody. Okay. Well, I'm going to say let's follow that man. Okay, there we go. During your short trip upward, the old man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. You reach a hill crowned with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly lain. Here are the gates of the world, says the old man. The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 archways, each carved with mystical symbols and runes of power. Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Arcunia, though I know not to where, explains the old man. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. Turn to 65. So 65. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with a name. Yellowport, Morlock City, and Wishport. From here, you can see the coast and the whole of the island, which is heavily forested. So we can go through one of the arches, which is going to take us to one of these cities. So the options we have, if we step through the teleport, it'll take us either back to Morlock City, Yellowport, or Wishport, which we can go to, but it is in the other land here of Goldnir, which I do have the book. So if we want to go there, we can definitely do that. So what are we thinking? Raven obviously wanted to go through one of the portals. So what do you want to go, Raven? You want to go to the Yellow Port? You want to go to Morlock City, or you want to go to Wishport? Yellowport. Okay, we're going back to Yellowport. Turned 8. You step through the archway. Immediately, the symbols on the stone begin to glow with a red hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly, your vision fades. Everything goes black. When your sight returns, you find yourself at the gates of a large city set on an ochre-colored river. A vile stink of brimstone permeates the air. You wrinkle your face up in disgust and gag involuntarily. Welcome to Yellowport, says a passing merchant. So we're back in Yellowport. I'm going to erase this check mark. This is the city we began this session in with our old character. So you kind of know what's going to happen, but that's all right. We can kind of learn from our mistakes, which is what every good choose your own adventure book is about, right? So here we are back in Yellowport. So we can go seek an audience with the Provost Marshal. We can go to the market. We can go to the Harbor Master, the Merchants Guild. We can explore the city again by day or night, go to the tavern, one of the temples, or we can leave town. And I forgot to write down, we do actually have some equipment now because we started a new character. We have a sword. We have a leather jerkin. +1, and we have a map. And we have 16 shards. All right, so we're in Yellowport. What are we thinking? Where do we want to go? We kind of know the options now. I say we go to the Merchants Guild and pick up that quest. So 405. The Merchants Guild of Yellowport is a large building, granite plushly decorated inside to show off its wealth. Here you can bank your money, blah, blah, blah. Go visit the Guildmaster. We could make an investment if we wanted to. We have a little bit of money. Okay. Guildmaster Vernon Yellowport is surprisingly eager to see you. He is a hugely fat and bejeweled merchant and tells you that a group of rat men, blah, blah, blah. There's rat men under the city. We heard all this before. So he wants us to go kill the Rat King in the sewers, which now we can go to the sewers. And we have that quest again. All right, so from here, we can go explore the city again. We could go to the sewers. We could go talk to the Provost Marshal, which we haven't done yet. I think I skipped over that one last time we were here. We could go to one of the temples. I think, why not go to the sewers? Since nobody is voting, I'm just going to play by myself, I guess. So we're going to go to 460. You climb down an old disused well in the poor quarter of Yellowport. If you have the code word acid or copper amulet, which we don't have any code words right now, we need to get rid of all those. If not, read on. It is a dank, dark, and smelly down below. If you do not have a light source such as a lantern or a candle, you will have to return to the city. Turn to 10. If you're a mage, you can use sorcery to create light. So we do not have a light source. We need a light source before we go to the sewers. So let's go to the market and see if we can buy a lantern. So page 30. A lantern. A lantern is quite expensive. It's 100 shards to buy a lantern. Okay, so obviously we can't do that quest yet. So we go explore the city. Let's do that. Let's go explore the city by day because we haven't seen a lot of that yet. So 302. You can explore the port quarter, the harbor area, or the area around the palace. Well, we know what happens when we explore the area around the palace. Let's go explore the port quarter, 93. A mad beggar covered in sores and grime accosts you in the streets. "Oh, noble one, aid me for the love of the gods," he rants, frothing at the mouth and gesticulating wildly. "I need coins to eat, food to spend, and blessings to wear." So we can ignore him and go back to the city center, or we can give him 5 shards, or we can bless him. What do you guys think? Any votes for that one? I'm not really sure how we would bless him, but it does give that option. Sorry, ignore. Okay. With a song? Well, we're not a troubadour anymore, George. Our troubadour died and we made a new character. We're now a rogue. I guess you missed it. Our troubadour got eaten by the sea dragon in the lake, which is apparently a real thing. It's not just a myth. There really is an old Nessie there, and she ate us. So we made a new character. So Raven votes ignore him. So I guess we're gonna ignore him and go back to the town center. All right, so we're back here again. We can go explore the city some more. We can leave this place. We could go to one of the temples, or we could go see the provost marshal. That's an option. I vote for continue exploring the city. Go talk. Where do you want to go talk at? It's not really an option, but it might give us an option to talk if we go somewhere. I say Let's go explore the city by day again and go somewhere we haven't been. So 302. So we've been to the port area. We haven't been to the harbor area. We have been to the area around the palace. So let's go see what the harbor area is like. 587. While taking a stroll through the busy harbor area, you overhear a conversation between two merchants and learn the most profitable trading routes between Saqqara and Golnir. Record the code word almanac. Okay, well, that could be useful if we get a boat and want to go trading, which you can do. And from here, we're back in the town center again. I say let's get out of here. And we know that there's some fairy folk in the Cursed Moor because the last time we played, I say we go to the Cursed Moor and see if we can get the fairy folk because the fairy folk gave us a silver nugget, and maybe we could use that silver nugget to feed the sea dragon. I don't know. This might be a bad idea. This might be a bad idea. Oh, you know what? We haven't talked to the provost marshal yet. So Raven wants to talk. Let's go talk to the provost marshal. So that's 523. If you have the code word assassin, which we do not, if you have the title protector of Saqqara, we do not. Otherwise, you have to wait several hours to be seen by one of the provost marshal aides, a certain Captain Royzer. If you have the code word artery, Royzer sends you in to see Morlos Murloc. Otherwise, immediately turn to 456. Okay, we do not. Okay, so otherwise, you have to convince the captain it is worth his while to let you see the provost marshal. If you're a warrior, rogue, or troubadour, Royzer will let you in for the modest bribe of 5 shards. So we can pay 5 shards to go talk to basically bribe our way in. Okay, so we'll spend 5 shards. So we now have 11 shards, and we are going to talk to the provost marshal. So let's see what happens. Turn to 191. The provost marshal is a rich and powerful man, cunning and capable. I have need of someone like you, he says. A group of rebels, loyal to the old king, are hiding out in the cold, bleak mountains. Their leader, Nurgan Korin, is dangerous to us, as he is the heir to the old throne and a rallying point for the rebels. Penetrate their stronghold and slay Nurgan Korin, and you will be richly rewarded. I can promise you 500 shards and a title if you succeed. If you take the mission, gain the code word artery. If you have the code word blah, 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 we do not. So do we want to accept the mission? I mean, what's the harm in, why wouldn't we, right? Even if we don't actually do it. So I'm going to write this down in my notes here. Slay rebel king in cold, bleak mountains. And that's worth 500 shards, which is quite a bit. Accepted. Yes. All right. So we go back to page 10. And I think I'm going to call it there for the night because not many people tonight are really. I can see we got a few people here watching, but nobody's really voting, and it's not really any fun unless people are actually playing along. So I'm going to call it there for the night, and we will continue this adventure. And I think next time I'm going to push to go north to the Cold Bleak Mountains, and maybe we can find this rebel king and see what's up with him, and if he's actually there, maybe we can get some money and try to kill him. I don't know. Sounds like a good thievery, roguery mission. So thanks a lot for all you guys that were watching. Appreciate the few that were actually voting and chatting along in the chat. And we will do this again next Monday, and hopefully more people will be involved in the conversation. So thanks again. If you enjoyed the video, if you've been watching this on the replay or live or whatever, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It's always appreciated. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.